Hello there everybody, Gmod here, and welcome back for some more Pokemon Soulsilver. In the last episode, we arrived here at the Indigo Plateau to take on a rematch against the entirety of the Elite Four and Champion. However, we got caught kind of off guard. I'm talking way too fast, or not even fast, just I'm scrambling my words. By our rival Silver, which we had ourselves one final bout with him for the entirety of the project. Yes, I know we're all going to miss Silver, but it is what it is. That being said though, no more distractions, nothing else in the way, it is time for us to take on our rematch. However, off camera, I decided to do a little bit of level grinding because admittedly, we were gonna have a really rough time of our current levels. I didn't go crazy on level grinding, but I did just enough to where I thought it was fair. I got all of our team at maximum level 57 and half of them at level 56 because I got lazy. But yeah, before we go over here to the Elite Four rematch, let's show off exactly what has changed in our party. First of all, our good old starter, Riptide the Feraligatr. As you can see, his moveset is relatively the exact same. And by relatively, I mean literally the exact same. Nothing's really changed about him, he just got a little bit stronger with some levels. Not bad at all. Next up is Persian. Persian, also known as Sparta, who ironically is actually sitting right next to me as I record this, is also pretty much the same. However, I can change this moveset around because as you guys know, Persian learns a lot of moves, so if I change it during the Indigo Plateau, don't be surprised. But for the time being, Sparta is doing the exact same. Their best. Next up is Gengar, also the same moveset, and overall, just stronger overall. I haven't really done anything too much with this moveset. Honestly, with just Shadow Ball alone, Gengar already hits pretty much everything I ever wanted to, so it's doing just fine with just Shadow Ball. Espeon here, we got one brand new move, and I honestly only learned it because Quick Attack was pretty much useless. This here is Psych Up. It's a move which will copy the stat changes of the opponent that you use it on. So if someone has a attack boost, and you Psych Up on it, it will also give you the attack boost, which, I don't know, I thought it could be useful, maybe. It's definitely gimmicky, but it's more of a doubles move, but you never know, it could come in handy. But yeah, outside of Espeon, it's pretty much the same, but here's where things get interesting. This is the big moveset change I was looking forward to talking about. This here is our good old friend Gonta the Heracross, and Gonta got a brand new move. Its signature move, Mega Horn, also known as possibly the greatest bug-type move of all time, assuming it hits. This here is Mega Horn. It only has 85 accuracy, but in return it has 120 power, coming off of Heracross's meaty attack stat. This Mega Horn will shred through so many things. Along with close combat, with both having 120 power, Heracross hits like an absolute freaking truck, and we're going to be needing to hit all the power we can get to get through this Indigo Plateau rematch, and Mega Horn is certainly going to help. And yes, it took all the way to level 55 for Heracross to finally learn a Bug-type move, but he's done it at long last. And then finally, we have ourselves good old Mamoswine. Mamoswine here is also relatively the exact same, just stronger and higher level. He did try to learn a few moves along the way, but I felt like it wasn't really worth it. He tried to learn Blizzard at one point, but Mamo's definitely a physical attacker, not a special attacker. And there you go. That would be the team. I'm pretty confident we can do this. Maybe, sorta. We might get crushed later on, but we can try at the very least. That being said, though, before we're going forward, my cat wants outside my room. I'll be right back. Or maybe not. I guess she went under my bed. Okay, I thought she was trying to leave my room, but I guess she just wanted to go hang out under my bed. Fair enough. That being said, though, before we actually enter to the Indigo League, we should probably check out our items here, because it's been a little bit, and we've done a lot of battling since I last recorded. Yeah, we only have 6 revives. We definitely need more than that. I got 10 Hyper Potions. And yeah, we're going to need to buy some revives. We're going to buy some Hyper Potions. We are not the best stocked up right now. However, as you can see, since I've been battling with the Amulet Coin while grinding my Pokemon up, I have plenty of money. Let me see, how much can I buy? I can buy 71 Hyper Potions now. Before, we were barely getting by with 10. Oh, the Amulet Coin, how I love you so. I don't buy 10 revives, never hurts. Because even though I want to say we're going to be able to beat this without using items, I'll be real with you. The later trainers in the Indigo Plateau rematches are extremely deadly, so I don't know if that's going to happen, but we can pretend like we're going to for the time being. That being said, though, all of our items have been gotten up all together. No Silver to interrupt us. All that's left between us is this door and Doorman and us. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and save my game, because, you know, things happen. You never know what's going to happen. Especially when you're going up against the freaking Elite Four. You know, they're called the Elite Four for a reason, and this time they're not holding back. That said, though, let's get this started. Once you enter this door, you'll be facing one of the Elite Four. They are really tough. You cannot exit once you enter. Are you ready? Be courageous and go for it. Let's enter. And see our first familiar face. Will the Psychic-type user. And I won't lie to you, I don't remember his team fully. However, I do remember his first Pokemon being kind of a doozy. And for that reason, I'm going to be opening up with Mamoswine. Trust me on this, if you have a ground-type Pokemon, I suggest you do the exact same. Welcome to the Pokemon League. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Will. We've already heard all this before, but I guess I'll read it again. Why not? I've trained all around the world, making my Psychic-type Pokemon powerful. And at long last, I've been accepted into the Elite Four. I can only keep getting better. Losing is not an option. Let's get this started. Will, the Elite Four, first to rematch. And as you can see, he's got 6 Pokemon now, because we're not playing the baby games, we're playing the big leagues now. We're playing rematches, we're playing post-game. And as you can tell, we're playing the post-game because this first Pokemon here is Bronzong, a Sinnoh Pokemon, which goes to show you that all the Elite Four are now able to use Pokemon from other regions as the National Dex has been obtained. It's going to make rematching them a lot more interesting than what it would have been if we just fought them before. With that being said, Will here, his first Pokemon, Bronzong, Psychic Steel type, with the following moveset. Bronzong is a very interesting Pokemon because it being Steel Psychic basically means it only has 2 weaknesses as of this generation because Steel type hasn't been nerfed yet. It's only weak to Ground and Fire, however its abilities make it so that it's either immune to Ground with Levitate or it does not take super effective damage from Fire moves with Heat Proof. However, I actually remember this. In this particular Bronzong in particular, I know it doesn't have Levitate, which means it's actually weak to Earthquake, which is why I suggest you open up a ground-type move. And personally, I think Bronzong is a really cool designed Pokemon. It can like have a weakness depending on which ability it has, and there's not a lot of Pokemon like that. So it's pretty unique. That being said though, I highly recommend you take this thing out immediately because I know this thing has Reflect. I know from experience, and if it gets a Reflective, that can be very, very annoying. On to his second Pokemon, Gardevoir. Good old classy Gardevoir. For Gardevoir, I think I'm going to go into... I'm gonna go with Sparta. I could risk going into Gengar, but honestly, I don't remember this thing's level, so I might not be faster. Let's see here. This second Pokemon, Gardevoir, level 61. Oh boy. As you can see, this is what I was talking about when I trained up my Pokemon. If I didn't train up my Pokemon, we'd be so underleveled and we'd probably get destroyed. But now we have a fighting chance. This here is Gardevoir, pure Psychic type, level 61 with the following moveset. Gardevoir hits like an absolute truck, but it's relatively frail, so if you get hit on it, you'll probably be doing just fine. Question is, how much is this Fako gonna do? It does... It actually does less damage than I expected. Alright then. Maybe we can critical hit with Slash, maybe? No. And oh my god, it has Focus Blast. Oh, ooh, that could have been bad. We got lucky. Good old Focus Blast, also known as Focus Miss by a lot of people, is a very powerful special fighting type move. 120 power if I remember correctly. However, it only has like 70 accuracy, I believe, so it misses a lot more than you'd expect to. And it's got kind of an infamous reputation because of that. And she lives on 1 HP, and I'm going to absolutely get destroyed by this. Goodbye, Sparta, you lived well. She's on like a pixel too, that sucks. So yeah, as you can see, super effective. Gardevoir hits like a truck, Focus Blast hits like a truck. I am absolutely dying. However, I think that means I'm going to go over here into my Gengar, because that means I think he's going to use a full restore here. He does indeed. Okay, perfect. Which means my Shadow Ball is going to get in for free and hopefully one-shot it. Like I said, Gardevoir is relatively frail. It's just getting a hit on it that matters. It hits like an absolute truck, but it doesn't take hits very well. Kind of like Gengar, honestly. And that does about half. So the question here is, do I risk another Shadow Ball? Because it might be faster than me, because it is like 6 levels higher than me. No, it's actually 5 levels higher than me. I can't count. Ah, shut up. It's like 10 a.m. in the morning. Of course I can't count. And we're faster. Okay, good. Whew. That could have been bad. Alrighty, 2 down, 4 to go. And I have only lost 1 Pokemon so far. And Grumpig. This is a weird Pokemon you don't see too often. I think for you, my friend, I'm going to risk everything. Let's go into Heracross. Let's show off our brand new move, shall we? I probably should have mentioned this in case you've forgotten, but Psychic-type Pokemon are weak to Bug, Dark, and Ghost. And thankfully, we actually have a Bug-type move now, so Gonta's not completely useless in this fight, when normally, like, when we were here last time, he was. Anyways, this here is Grumpig, level 59, pure Psychic-type with the following moveset. Grumpig is a weird Pokemon that learns a lot of weird moves. It's a relatively bulky Pokemon, not particularly strong, but it can definitely catch you off guard by being bulky and also just having a lot of weird moves. And I missed my first Mega Horn. And I get confused. Okay, not a great start. Come on, Heracross. This is your signature move. This is the move that made you famous back in the day. Surely, you'll hit this next one, right? Don't hit yourself, please. There you go. Boom, Mega Horn. It looks so freaking good in this game. And there is absolutely no way in hell this Grumpig is surviving a Mega Horn. As you can see, Mega Horn is plenty powerful. You gotta love it. And his next Pokemon, his ace Pokemon, Xatu. Alright then. For Xatu, I think we have a good old ice type with your name on it, my friend. So if you remember our first fight with Will, he actually had 2 Xatus, now he only has 1, which, you know, makes a lot more sense. With that being said, though, this here is his Xatu, his main Pokemon, level 62, Psychic Flying type with the following moveset. We've seen Xatu before, you should be pretty familiar at this point. It's an interesting Pokemon. I wouldn't call it strong, but it's strong enough. It's not super fast, but it's also fast enough. It's just kind of a nice middle ground Pokemon overall. However, Confused Ray is not middle ground. Confused Ray is very annoying. I would like if you'd stop using that, please. And it begins. Okay. Go for another Avalanche, maybe. Maybe this will work out. And these Psychics are gonna probably hurt. It's still a Psychic. Ow, I did a lot more damage than I thought I would, honestly. And I hit myself again. Okay, Mammoth is not cutting it. Unfortunate. In that case, we'll go for an Ice Shard. Maybe I won't hit myself 3 times in a row. Of course I hit myself 3 times in a row. I love the Let's Play curse. Okay, well. And he gets a crit. Okay, that's just mean. That's insulting. How dare you? My feelings are hurt. In that case, I think I'm gonna go over here to my Gengar next. We'll hopefully have a better time dealing with this thing. Let's see. Shadow Ball. Hopefully it's a 1K. I kind of doubt it. Xatu's, like I said, not frail. And ooh, it got really close though. It got really, really close. Okay, Gengar, if you want to not die for me here and live, that'd be very cool. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but it'd be very cool. And no dice. Okay, this has suddenly turned really bad. Okay, I think we'll go on the Riptide next. I don't want to use items until I'm after the fight, but we might have to. Because I'm misjudging how much damage we're going to be doing. He goes for a Psychic. This is, like I said, it's probably going to hurt, but I think we can take one. Oh, yeah, look at that. No problem. Good old reliable Riptide. You can always count on the Gator. And a KO. Perfect. Good job, Riptide. And level 57. All right, catching up the rest of the team. Not bad. And on to his next Pokemon, Jinx. I'm going right into Heracross for this one. I'm not even going to bother with anything else. So this here is Jinx. Jinx is a weird Pokemon. I always thought it was weird to be a Pokemon. Like, it's literally just a woman. Like, you look at Jinx and it's like, that's just a girl. I'm fighting a girl. One of the weirder Gen 1 Pokemon. So anyways, this here is Jinx, Ice Psychic type with the following moveset. Jinx is relatively fast, hits relatively hard, but it has absolutely god-awful physical defense. Watch this. If this thing survives this close combat, I will eat a shoe because there's just no way. Yeah, exactly. Jinx has literally like no physical defense whatsoever. If you hit this thing with anything physical, it will probably die. And look at this, Gonza putting in all the work during a Psychic type Elite Four member when he's actually weak to Psychic Pokemon. Pretty cool. That being said, on to his next Pokemon, good old Slowbro. I would really like to have Gengar alive for this moment, but we'll have to make do. On to his final Pokemon, Slowbro. We all know him. You all love him. We suck still give it even when we're down to the last Pokemon. That's what makes us so formidable. So this here is Slowbro, his final Pokemon. Psychic Water type, level 60 with the following moveset. Slowbro, as always, very bulky Pokemon. Try not to go too easy on it because it can be very annoying. And my plan here is I'm going to go right over here into Gonta and try and slam this thing with Mega Horn before it gets to pull anything. Oh, it has Curse. Okay, I had a feeling it had some sort of boosting move because Slowbro tends to, you know, do that. Because it has like Amnesia, it has Curse, stuff like that. So my plan here is hit this thing with a Mega Horn, hit hard, hit fast, and hopefully, maybe not one shot because they got a Curse up, but hopefully almost take it out. Yeah, look at that damage. I love... Went for another Curse, huh? Interesting. Looks like somebody didn't heal their Pokemon. Or at least I don't think he's gonna heal his Pokemon. Right? Okay, good. And we hit the Mega Horn. Okay, good thing. Mega Horn is like one of those moves where it's like, it's so satisfying to use, but whenever you miss it, you feel so sad. Which in my opinion makes the perfect move. That being said though, we have done it with minimal casualties, quote unquote. 1 down, 3 to go. Even though I was defeated, I won't change my course. I'll continue battling until I stand above all trainers. Now move on and experience the true ferocity of the Elite Four. I don't know why I gave him an accent at the end there, but it is what it is. As you can see, minimal casualties, only 3 Pokemon, not the worst thing. Yeah. That being said though, I'll skip past all this. I will see you guys when we're done healing for Pokemon and move on to our next battle with Koga. Alrighty, all healed up and ready to go. Let's keep on moving on to our next challenge. And probably my favorite of the Johto Elite Four, personally. Might be my favorite. I play a lot of Pokemon Masters, he's pretty cool there. That being said, all of our team's all ready to go. We got a ground type at the start, which is a good idea because poison types are weak to ground and psychic. Let's do this. I am Koga, the Elite Four. I live in shadows, a ninja. My intricate style will confound and destroy you. Confusion, sleep, poison. Prepare to be the victor of my sinister techniques. Pokemon are not merely about brute force. You shall see soon enough. I love Koga. Let's get this started against the second of the Elite Four rematches. Open up this first Pokemon, Skuntank, level 61. When you're opening with level 61 Pokemon, you know things are getting serious. Skuntank here is a Poison Dark type with the following moveset, and it's a weird Pokemon because most of the time Poison types are weak to Psychic type. However, being a Dark type, it's actually immune to Psychic, meaning this thing's only weakness is ground. And personally, I think Poison Dark is like a really cool typing, and also like, if you look at the stats, like what it's actually weak to, it's actually in my opinion one of the best typings. However, unfortunately for him, oh my god, he used Dig. Okay, he is so dead. For those who don't know, Earthquake does double damage if you are underground using Dig. So this is a 200 power Earthquake. And this thing is weak to ground. Goodbye, Skuntank. It was nice seeing you for 2 seconds. Yeah, goodbye. You couldn't even see it faint. It just disappeared off screen. Well, that worked out perfectly. On to his next Pokemon, Toxicroak. Another pretty cool Pokemon. Honestly, Poison type Pokemon are pretty sick. I like a lot of them. However, for Toxicroak, we have ourselves a Psychic type. Good ol' Espeon. In comes his second Pokemon, Toxicroak. Poison fighting type, one of the coolest type combos of all time in my opinion. With the following moveset. Toxicroak is interesting because I wouldn't say it has like anything that's particularly great about it. It's just an overall average, nice, solid Pokemon. However, an interesting part about it is that it usually comes with the ability Dry Skin, which means it's actually immune to water type attacks, even though it's a poison fighting type, which is actually pretty cool. Unfortunately, poison fighting type means it's also 4 times weak to Psychic, which means this thing is going to go straight to heck. Just absolutely obliterated. There you go. I love Toxicroak as a Pokemon, but when it comes to taking Psychics, not the greatest. And third Pokemon, Venomoth. We all have seen Venomoth before. And honestly, Espeon, just keep doing your thing. We're finding a Poison type trainer. It's no surprise we're going to be using Espeon a lot. And 63, oh my god, that's a high level Venomoth. But anyways, this here is Venomoth, Poison Bug type with the following movesets. We've seen Venomoth before. I've already talked about how I think this thing should have evolved from Actually, did I talk about that? I don't think it did. Either ways, I always had like this idea in my mind. I'm sure a lot of other people noticed it too. It's always been weird to me how Venonat like looks like a pre-evolution of Butterfree, but it didn't evolve into each other, but instead evolves into Venomoth, which don't get me wrong, I like Venomoth. Just something kind of interesting. That being said, though, I'm very sorry, Venomoth, but this Psychic coming off an Espeon with choice specs, you're definitely dying. Like I said before, many times, I do not understand why they gave us a choice specs and a choice scarf, like, that early into the game. These items are absolutely incredible, and you can only get them in the post-game. I'm not complaining. On to his third Pokemon, Crobat. I'm not gonna lie to you, Crobat is very scary. I'm gonna go into my Mammoth Swine and hope to God we can beat it. We should be able to. We're an Ice type and it gets a Flying type, but you never know. Crobat's a scary Pokemon. On to his third Pokemon, Crobat, level 64. Oh my god. First of all, my favorite number, and second of all, oh my god, that's a high level. This thing is poison flying type, and the most notable thing about Crobat is that it is insanely fast. There's very little chance you have something faster than this thing. It is ridiculously fast. But you can try if you want to. It goes for a fly. Interesting. Which means I can't hurt him, but he is going to come back down. And you know what happens when things come back down, right? They come crashing down. Oh my, ow, I did a lot of damage actually, oh my god. I did like half my health. Don't sleep on Crobat, this thing is scary. But thankfully, Mamoswine's scarier. At least in this particular matchup. And we hit level 58, can't complain about that. On to his next Pokemon. Oh, he has a Swalot. Oh, I love Swalot. This Pokemon's so funny. Honestly, I'll just stick with Mamoswine. May as well. On to his next Pokemon, Swalot. Look at this guy. I love the little mustache and the giant mouth he has. And purple and black and yellow is a cool color. I just like Swalot a lot. It's a very funny Pokemon, but I like it a lot personally. That being said, level 62, pure poison type with the following movesets. And unfortunately for him, being pure poison is not helping you against an Earthquake. So I want to say we'll one-shot it. But Swalot has a lot of health, so I don't know. Maybe it won't one-shot. We'll see though. And it is not a one-shot. Okay, well, like I thought. And it goes for Sludge Bomb. This might hurt. Actually, never mind. I forgot. Ground type actually resists poison. I actually completely forgot about that. And it has an item. It has blacks. Oh, leftovers. I had Black Sludge. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. You know, you'd think that the poison type trainer would have Black Sludge and not leftovers, but it is what it is, I guess. I guess Koga wasn't brave enough to go explore Cerulean Cave to find the Black Sludge. Unlike me, a very adventurous 10-year-old. And I think this is his final Pokemon, which is also his ace, good old Muck. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a little worried about this thing. I've told the horror stories about Muck before. Everyone knows the horror stories about Koga's Muck. If this thing gets a minimize off, it can spiral out of control extremely fast. Kill it as soon as possible. One Pokemon left. I've been counting on this one from the very beginning. So yeah, this here is his Muck. Level 62, pure... I like mixed like a bunch of words there together. Level 62, pure poison type with the following moveset. Like I said before, do not let this thing get off a minimize. Although, ironically, I could actually copy it with Psych Up, and that'd be kind of funny. But I'm not even going to bother with that. We need to kill this thing ASAP. Muck is very specially bulky though, so I would not be surprised if this thing actually lives in Psychic. It's the counterpart to Weezing, when Weezing's physically defensive, while Muck is specially defensive. It lived on a literal pixel and it got a minimize off. Okay, we're in trouble. It's not again. It starts raising its evasion, and if we start missing, it can get out of control very fast. And oh hey, he does actually have Black Sludge. Just on a different Pokemon. I forgot about that. That's kind of cool. And he's got a full restore as we just saw, which means we have to pray we don't miss. Okay, we hit the move. Perfect. And if he can KO it this time, please. Get a high damage ratio as it happens sometimes. That'd be very cool. Lives on a pixel yet again. Okay, that's annoying, but it is what it is. Now, all we have to do is not miss this one. Never mind, he has another full restore. I thought he already used this before, but never mind. Okay. Every Elite Four member has like 2 full restores, I'm pretty sure. I think Lance might have 3, but I'm not sure about that. I think he also has 2 though. Like, I'm pretty sure he has 2, but I might be wrong. He might have 3. And that's how we got the high damage range. Okay, perfect. And thankfully we didn't miss a single Psychic. That could have got really ugly really fast. Ah, you have proven your worth. Those are high words of you, Master Koga. I subjected you to everything I could muster, but my efforts failed. I must hone my skills. Go into the next room and put your abilities to the test. And just like that, we've taken out 2 of them. And this time, I think we got through pretty okay, right? Yeah, we didn't lose a single Pokemon this time. Not bad. Although we do have a Psychic-type Pokemon, and we also have a Ground-type Pokemon, so Koga was, in a bit of a rough spot, we'll call it. That's for sure. No, it's so much HP that takes forever to heal up. That being said, though, we've taken out 2 of the Elite Four, and just like how I did it before, I think we'll be saving our other 2 for the next part. So that being said, next time on Pokemon Soulsilver, we'll begin our next 2 rematches with good old Bruno here. see you guys then. Also, I can't imagine you like this room very much, man. So there's literally magma below us. How are you feeling? Never mind. You're actually doing pretty okay. All right.